Welcome, everyone. We'll meditate for a few minutes while people are arriving. Anyone new to Zen meditation or meditation in general?
I'm new to this one.
Say it again?
I'm new to this one.
Your first time?
Yeah. Here. I meditate at home.
Have you come to Dharma before? Oh wow. On the hottest day we've had so far. Welcome to Dharma.
Thank you.
Any questions about meditation? None. Can we
Not
trade
at this time.
Huh?
Not at this time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we could trade places. Eyes open, eyes closed. While meditating. Close. It's always best. You should keep eyes closed when you watch scary movies. I'm joking. Actually, in Buddhist, I've been here before. I say this every time. In Buddhist meditation, eyes are open. A little bit, like not even half, less. Gazing down. But you can experiment, suggest experimenting, where each person's their own experiment, and all these methods evolved by people seeing how they work. And that their methods evolved because of how they work, not because of any kind of religious belief even. They're yogic methods. So eyes slightly open, gazing down. Two things that seems to help. One is it helps me, if I close my eyes, I get sleepy. Or earlier in the day, chatterbox gets stronger. So see if that's true with you, I don't know. And then in Zen meditation, the point of the meditation is a very fundamental experience of how we experience everything. All sounds, sights, smells, feelings, sensations, thoughts, memories, conceptions of the future, present, this whole conception of what we call self. It's this jumble of all these things. How we experience this is then rather important. Mostly we just go on thinking this is me. Yet every night we fall asleep and me disappears, and we wake up the next morning, we take it quite for granted that this is very normal. It's really quite strange that we actually wake up the next morning and it's me again. What happened in between and every moment, all this is constantly changing. We get attached to something, we have an aversion to something, we want to make something different, we think about something from the past, we think, oh, if I do that differently next time I see so-and-so, I'll say blah, blah, blah. Does everyone do that? Or tomorrow we plan something. Of course, it never happens that way, but we do it anyway. All this kind of make a big discussion party going on. So in Zen meditation, we're cutting through this to the absolute experience in this moment. So that there's actually this sense of separate self and what's happening are one thing, seamless relationship. This present time awareness. Through our breath, body, and awareness, we, in a sense, we're surfing the present moment. So posture is important, breathing is important. Anyone learn how to breathe? Yeah. Breathing reached its peak when we were about age 2, pretty much. Then it's downhill ever since. Age 2, breathing was completely natural, belly breathing. Now we start breathing, moving emotion, our breathing gets constricted. We have some experience that shocks us, our breathing gets restricted. So we're re-establishing this deep, slow belly breathing, slowly inhaling, fully, slowly exhaling, deep exhale. Exhale is a slight space in the exhale. Inhale. So we're riding the present moment by keeping this awareness on our breath, body awareness. Meditation, we're not looking for anything extraordinary to happen. We're looking at the very ordinary to happen very vividly. Sounds, or the air conditioning next door, anything, feelings, body, sweat dripping down our back, thought. All these things are happening. And we're just being present with everything as it takes place. So there's more, the sense of spacious awareness comes from this. Just our any questions or comments? Anything. There's no dumb questions. The dumber the question usually the more profound, and those are really great. Like, why do we sit, ask dumb questions. Why do we sit still to meditate? We're not really sitting still to meditate. We've assumed this posture is very balanced. It's like the minimal amount of effort to hold the body upright, centered, and optimal for this deep sense of breathing. This is very helpful to have this, enhance this sense of present time awareness. And everyone knows, just sit be comfortable. You can lie down on the couch. It's like sleep. Not helpful. So again, in meditation, we're not looking for some extraordinary experience or out of body awareness or hallucinatory states. These things are all possible, but this is not meditation. Meditation is just this essential awareness meeting the present moment.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Is Zen the most common type of Buddhism, or
Is Zen the most common type of meditation?
or Buddhism? Because there's different kinds, right?
Oh, no, Zen is not the most common kind of Buddhism in terms of in the world or in Asia today. Basically, there are two large general groupings, or three large general groupings of Buddhism. There's Theravada Buddhism of Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia. There's Mahayana Buddhism of Vietnam, China, Japan, Korea. There's Vajrayana Buddhism of Tibet, and used to be in Indonesia, actually. There's some remnants of Vajrayana in Indonesia. So we have three different big, huge groupings of Buddhist practice with slightly different views and methods, but also common beliefs. interval within the three main large groups. Zen arises within Mahayana Buddhism in China around the 3rd century. As Chan Buddhism, Chan or Zen Buddhism. Chan, Zen, from the Sanskrit word dhyana, which means meditation. In terms of the numbers of practitioners, it's always been the more minority practice in China, Japan, or main schools practice of Pure Land Buddhism or the Amitabha or Amida Buddha. It's the main cultural practice in China, Japan, Vietnam. I could go into a lot, but that's enough. I think. Any more questions? Yeah.
I'm looking up to this, and one of the things that most of the time when I meditate, I'm actually walking, feet on the ground. This is like the first time I think I was like sat here. And so if you find yourself drifting, perhaps to early memories or something, I find it harder to actually take it back to the present than when I'm walking.
Yeah.
And so this is a new form. So I was curious if what you recommend, like, do you force oneself back when I'm listening to the AC unit or trying to feel your feet?
Oh yeah. One can slap oneself. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's really interesting. So the question, I don't know, sometimes there's questions about what, you meditate walking, correct?
Yeah.
And this is more easy to stay present.
Or this is actually a little bit harder than walking.
Yeah,
Feeling the feet on the ground.
No, and you're right.
Like a rhythm.
Yeah, it is actually harder sitting in a sense and easier walking. However, if you really there should be no dichotomy. Seated, I'm walking. In Zen retreats, these very quickly becomes rather a seamless reality because we're sitting and there's break for in between meditation. There's 5 minutes or 10 minutes of walking and sitting, walking, like that. And pretty soon, sitting and even eating is just another session of meditation. It's just eating, walking, sitting, everything becomes seamless reality of meditation. This is the whole point. The point isn't to develop some nice, I'm so peaceful now, I don't want to go back to the horrible world situation. This is not helpful, not what the point of Zen meditation. I think, for myself, and it depends on one's back and things, but if I'm seated in a chair, I find this more difficult. If I'm seated on that cushion, it's easier because I think this is the case I was trying to figure it out. It takes just a little bit more awareness to hold the body up when seated without back of the chair holding itself. And that's the right amount of awareness that we need to practice our meditation, basically. So I would suggest, and I sit like this. I broke my left femur quite a few years ago, but I still have trouble sitting cross-legged. It's better to sit like you're sitting. Yeah. If one can, or one can sit, this is called seiza, with the legs under like this with the cushion. And also the relationship is better for posture. In other words, the cushion is raised up my back, so the posture is easier to keep balanced. The shoulders drop better, breathing drops lower more easily. So this is, we should get rid of the idea that, oh, just be comfortable and meditate. This is not the Zen view anyway. Really, the posture is very important, and to find the balance point of one's posture in the center, we call the center of gravity in the body, is in the Tanden or Dantian or the Hara in Japan. So this cultivation of this body center is a significant part of developing a more grounded and centered meditation practice. I mean, I would just suggest if you already are doing some walking meditation to just sit for maybe 3 minutes, not long, less 5 minutes maximum. Then walk. And then at the end of the walking, sit again for 3 minutes. And then pay attention to how both this should start to integrate both as the same mode of meditation. With meditation, walking, one can walk normal pace. One can even walk faster, do anything actually. But then one can also do very slow walking as well. So you can literally do one step, one breath, one thing at a time. This is not easy. One can do it for a short period of time. Either depends on what kind of space one has available. I mean, one can just walk outside anywhere and just do a walk, or one can do a more meditative walk. Let's say like that, on a straight line, and just turn around and come back. This is not a practice unique to Zen, but also you find in Theravada, Buddhism, other practices. So we're breathing like that. And in retreat sometime you'll do so you're also reciting, chanting the Heart Sutra, one step and one breath at a time. The Heart Sutra. It's very powerful thing. And it's impossible to think about anything without doing that. Yeah, but also, so again, meditation, 2-3 minutes before one goes running or any sports activity, the beginning and end, and then something starts to change. Seating, again, yeah, I mean, it's good. Barefoot, feet on the ground should help.
Let's experiment.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try that next time.
Yeah, you have to just look at little different things to make adjustments. It will work better. Any other comments, questions? Say we could do some walking meditation here, but actually the arrangement inside is a little problematic, right? Maybe next time. Good books to read. Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind by Shunryo Suzuki Roshi, who's the founder of San Francisco Zen Center. It's a really great book. Short little essay, short little talks on Zen, transcribed and put in this book in the early 70s. Easy to read and very deep, so it takes a while to absorb them. Easy to read one a day, and it's as a reflection to guide them. More current book is Hidden Zen by American Zen teacher Meido Roshi in Wisconsin. Hidden Zen is very good because it lays out very clearly methods, posture, breathing, awareness, focus, things like that. We'll sit again for a few minutes. Any questions before we begin again? Stretch. You need to sit higher. No, I mean another cushion. Because if you're leaning back, that's not going to be good. I would use a second cushion. See what happens. I think better. Let's try. this? And traditional Zen retreat too, with this Zen practice, one gets groggy, sleepy, fidgety, get hit. It sounds in our American modern world, it's like, what? It's actually quite wonderful. So, because it's, I mean, the person has to know what they're doing. It's a flat, it's not one here. It's a flat, usually made of bamboo, not too bamboo, but it's not a hardwood, it's very thin. And hits right on this pressure point right at the top here of the shoulder. Right over there. Bam. Wide awake. And it releases all the tension just like that through the whole back and spine. It's really quite good. But the person hitting has to be, can't miss either. And that is not good. Don't hit the bump. It's right on that pressure point right there. You can feel it, like if you want to release, you can find that spot right on this trapezius muscle. Awake. You just put a little pressure there. Yeah, so really during meditation, the sense of body should and does increase, not decrease. Even sometimes, these are not things to look for, they're neither good nor bad, but even sometimes there's energetic sensations in this body or sensations of heat, maybe. Has anyone experienced that? Yeah, it's warm. Maybe my hands get warm. It's hot. Body should also be a feeling of, well, in the stages of shamatha or absorptive meditation described in Tibetan or Vajrayana Buddhism, they say, at a certain point when one's practice is more developed, but the whole physical body also has a sensation of feeling more, use the word pliancy. It's kind of a feeling of relaxation on a very internal level throughout the whole body, not just in one area. This is also a good sense of good indication of one's meditation practice. Yeah, again, I would recommend the book Hidden Zen, because it lays out these clearly the energetic practices. Menarosh is also an Aikido teacher, master, so he's very good at describing how to do things. I should put it that way. Do meditation, postures, and breathing. So. Anything else? So in general, I recommend the 3-minute meditation. Because we're busy culture, busy time, but we always have time for 3 minutes. So we always go, oh, no, I don't have time to sit for 20 minutes, or I'm uncomfortable sitting for half an hour. You don't have to, just sit 3 minutes. Everybody can sit for 3 minutes. Begin the day, during the day, add a few more 3 minutes here and there. End of the day, 3 minutes. again, the whole point is creating this interrelationship between meditation and our activity. We intersperse these short meditations. Carrying it into our regular activity becomes more and more natural, more and more of a seamless connection to our regular activity. We'll give a Dharma Bum announcement. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Alma. I'm tonight's host.